Happy birthday, dear Holiness. Happy birthday to you.
This far, but onward we go with our sights up on the skies, following our guiding star. Baby, nothing's ever come easy for me. Always had to go and chase it down. And baby, I've been throwing my arms round a dream, but my dreams are reality now.
오, 네. 아니 지들한 게 네, 주바. 아니 뱅인 좀 두지체 디 게라디체 칼라 캔 라오나 시칼라 뱅인 좀 디 마스터디라. 아니 원주데 뱅인 좀도 아니가 디 주와기 가서 더 전도된 뱅는 거 같을 때. 다 그래. 아니 열라 batch 뱅인 좀 봐. route to be Tibetan 뱅인 좀도 두지체 가린체
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Warmly welcoming our chief guest for today's event, Dr. Inaugural ji, our distinguished guest of honor, Srimati Dilakshi Rajkumar ji. Happy birthday, dear Holiness. Happy birthday to you.
We are celebrating the 90th birth anniversary of the Holy Dalai Lama, and any speech should begin with a prayer for him. तुम जियो हजारों साल और हर साल के दिन हो कई हजार.
Tibet House, New Delhi joins the entire world to commemorate today, or the whole year, as the 10th year of compassion, to commemorate the 90th birthday anniversary of His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
Thank you so much.
O precious Guru, embodiment of compassion, who wears humility as your only ornament, who returns life after life to serve all beings, may your radiant presence remain with us always.
Happy birthday. Many, many, many happy returns of the day. And not just to His Holiness, to all of you. Happy birthday to all of you, because I think the Dalai Lama lives in all of us, doesn't he?
I think the best tribute that we can offer to him is to genuinely pick up few of his teachings, and most specifically the compassion.
Who talks about an alien, so-called alien land, and preservation of ancient wisdom of that land, in this case India? It is awesome to think that any person who came on foot to this place, and he talks about protecting Indian wisdom, Indian system of life.
Raise your hand if you need water to live in this world. Okay. What does this tell us about ourselves? And this is something I've learned from the writings of His Holiness. This is an example he uses very often to describe that all of us, while we may have different preferences in our life, what connects all of us is fundamental needs that all of us have as human beings. Water being one of them, but on the other hand, kindness and compassion being the other, right? And all of us as human beings share this common need, this fundamental desire to be happy, right? And if that's the case, then why is it that all of us on the appearance, when we appear so different and start to think differently and use that to divide not just our hearts and minds, but also then create such divisions that we become physically distant from each other as well.
So the theme promoting harmony among the world's religious traditions by emphasizing the basic tenets of love, compassion, tolerance and contentment present in all religious traditions, which is a second commitment of His Holiness the great Dalai Lama, is one that lies at the heart of India's civilizational ethos. India's unity as a nation is shaped by many factors, but one undeniable force that binds the country together is the spirituality of its people.
He was enthroned, he was recognized at 2, enthroned at 5. And in his recent political autobiography, Voice for the Voiceless, which is available outside as well, he notes that of all of these 4 commitments, the one that he inherited rather than chose was the commitment of Tibet. And it's his most intimate charge, and it's the one that, as Venerable Geshe-la mentioned earlier, is the injured finger. And there he says that the issue is about a people's need and right to exist with a distinct language, culture, and religious heritage. Since the people inside Tibet have no freedom to speak out, it has fallen to me, especially since I came into exile in 1959, to be the voice of the voiceless.
Arya Nagarjuna, Acharya Chandrakirti, Bodhisattva Shantideva, Acharya Vasubandhu, Arya Sangha, and several other philosophers and logicians were trailblazers who were at Nalanda University at various temporal periods. In the Nalanda Masters course, we study about 17 Nalanda Masters, and the works of many we also study in depth and detail. So why this context setting is important? Because it points to the rich exchange between India and Tibet that goes back to 2nd century AD, and it continued till 4th, 5th and 6th centuries. Today, much of what we know and are able to study is due to the tireless efforts where we can access translations, commentaries written by Tibetan teachers, translators, and thus this 4th commitment by His Holiness and his motivation to bring back to India what was exported from here in the first place.
of us on his 90th birthday. He says, "On the occasion of my 90th birthday, I understand that well-wishers and friends in many places, including Tibetan communities, are gathering for celebrations. I particularly appreciate the fact that many of you are using this occasion to engage in initiatives that highlight the importance of compassion, warm-heartedness, and altruism."
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Holiness. Happy birthday to you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Today is more than a celebration of longevity. It is a recognition of a life lived in quiet service, moral clarity, and unwavering compassion. A life that has touched millions and transformed not just individuals, but entire ways of thinking. We are gathered here in what has been beautifully called the Year of Compassion. And there could be no more fitting time to reflect on what His Holiness represents, not only to the Tibetan people, but to humanity at large.
How to commemorate this day? And of course, that the external, the festivities and decorations, these things are one way to celebrate, but for a wise person, the best way to celebrate is to follow his instructions, follow his advice, how best to make yourself a happier person, how best to make yourself somebody who can create happiness in your family, in the community, in the world, in the nation, and in the world.
What is it about him that resonates so much with people all over the world? And of course, like it was previously mentioned, it's his message of compassion and kindness. But what stands out is that His Holiness started speaking about kindness and compassion very, very early on, before it was part of the public discourse that we see today. And while in the West, people didn't necessarily connect with that notion right away, as humans, we get sick, we get old, and those are moments where we realize the truth of his message, that we all need kindness, we all need compassion sooner or later. And that also, while we place great emphasis in educating the mind, that we also need to educate the heart. And I think that message has really gone throughout the world. The other message also is this emphasis about shared humanity. He has emphasized that human nature is intrinsically good, and constantly reminded us to keep faith in ourselves, that despite our failings, our nature is intrinsically good, and to continue to strive to be that best version of ourselves.
I'm just overwhelmed by this beautiful celebration. Thank you very much for inviting me to talk about my new book and to show you our new movie. But more important, Thank you very much for inviting me to celebrate the Dalai Lama's birthday together with all of you.
That this knowledge very, very helpful to maintain peace of mind.